So what else you watch?
Okay, so there's a few movies that I wanted to talk about that I thought was worth noting in the podcast here. One being a film called Llamageddon.
I
Yes,
knew I knew you were gonna bring that up.
you heard that right. Llamageddon. So you know me, Tyler. You know that I'm a fan of really cheesy, stupid ideas for horror films. Especially if they're done really fun. It has to be really fun of a movie for me to like it. And usually when somebody takes like an object, like just an inanimate object, and makes it just come alive and starts killing people, as long as they're using like practical effects and stuff like that, like I love it. So this one is about a killer llama, and it is basically like a been taken over by an alien form, and that's why it's killing people. And it's done with, I mean, it's super low budget. It's the acting is bad. It's got practical effects except for a few things of like the llama can actually shoot like laser stuff with its eyes and everything, and it's all CG, but that's expected. But it's so stupid, it's so bad, but it's so fun. Like the entire time I'm watching it, I'm smiling the entire time. The llama is able to create these like half llama, half people hybrid, and it starts attacking people. It's ridiculous.
Dude, I have a confession. I have watched the first 15 minutes of that. And this was back like I swear it was probably like almost a year ago. It was on it's actually, if you guys wanted to ever watch it, it's on, I know it's on Amazon Prime. Um
Yeah.
and let me tell you, it's just, I think the opening scene, what was it? It felt like very like it was like it was the llama comes from like an alien spacecraft or something. And I remember like he had like laser eyes with the red eyes. So that's all I remember from it.
Yeah, and I will say this: like I watched the movie, um, the first probably the first 20 to 25 minutes, I was not on board. I thought it was going to be the worst movie I've ever seen. It was awful, and then it just takes a turn and it starts becoming a really fun movie. And by the end of the film, I was all in. I was happy that I watched it. So you need to stick it out. You need to finish watching it because there is a turning point where everything that happens in it is a lot of fun.
I cannot get past Llamageddon because I was saying like Sharknado. What's that one with the beavers? You know what I'm talking about? It's like that killer beaver
Uh,
movie.
zo- yeah, Zombievers. That was awful.
Zombievers. Yeah, like all that reminds me. Every time I think of like a new one come out, like Llamageddon or whatever, I always get reminded of like all the other ones before. Which I mean, I guess it's like goofy, like beer and pizza kind of movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
And if you want to get a gist of like how dumb the movie is they went out of their way to make a character that every single time that they enter a different room, the character has a different shirt on.
no.
Like at first, I thought it was just a goof. I thought that like they had this actor and they were filming on different days, so like they didn't bother with changing the clothes or that's whatever they were wearing that day they were wearing, right? And then it became noticeable that every single shot that this character went in had a different shirt on every single time. And then I was like, they're doing this on purpose. And every time I kept trying to figure out where the character was in the background to see what color shirt he had on.
They were pressed for time and pressed for money. They had to do something artistic, Chris.
Yeah,